This rebellion was built on hope and ended in blood. For centuries, Scotland fought to remain free from English rule. It was a land of clans, loyalty, and honor, where identity was forged through blood and soil, not crowns. By the 18th century, Scotland had lost its independence, but not its memory. Many believed the rightful kings of Britain were not in London, but living in exile. In 1745, that belief returned in the form of a young man named Charles Edward Stuart, remembered by history as Bonnie Prince Charlie. He was only 24, charismatic, confident, and convinced that destiny was on his side. With almost no army and little money, he landed in the Scottish Highlands and called for rebellion. Against all expectations, the clans answered. Farmers became soldiers. Swords were drawn, banners were raised, and in a matter of weeks, Scotland stood on the edge of revolution. The Jacobite army marched south, defeating government forces and shaking the British state. For a brief moment, victory felt possible. But hope does not stop empires. England responded with overwhelming force. A professional army, disciplined and heavily armed, marched north under the Duke of Cumberland. The final battle came in 1746, on the cold, open ground of Culloden Moor. The Jacobite army was exhausted, hungry, and outnumbered. Highland warriors trained for close combat were forced to fight on terrain that favored artillery and musket fire. When the battle began, it was devastatingly short. The Highland charge, once feared across Europe, was cut down by cannon and bullets. Within an hour, the rebellion was finished. Culloden was more than a defeat. It was a message. Villages were burned. Clans were broken. Traditional dress was banned. Weapons were confiscated. An entire culture was targeted for destruction. Bonnie Prince Charlie fled, hunted, and broken. He escaped Scotland in disguise and never returned. What we can learn from this is simple. Courage alone cannot defeat organization, resources, and strategy. And when power feels threatened, it does not negotiate. It erases. Culloden ended Scotland's last real attempt at independence, but memory survives where power fails. Because history is not only written by those who win, but remembered by those who refuse to forget.